Hi, this is Grandma Muir, and today, instead of talking to children and talking about my stories that I write for children, I would like to speak to some adults today on a very important subject. Looking at the world situation lately, I am so convinced that God's people across the world need to stop and ponder the scriptures and see what would have us to do. Second Chronicles 7:14 is full of promises, but we have to believe it and act upon it. The heal your land part of the verse could change the chaotic conditions the world is in. America alone needs to seek God's face with all the problems we are facing today. We can't have it both ways. Either we believe God or we don't. This verse is a challenge to my own heart, and I wanted to share it with others. Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. This is a promise and an antidote for the whole world's problems. Think about it. God said, if my people would clean up their act, seek His attention and talk to Him, He would heal their land. Well, His people are in just about every country on earth. Can we even imagine the world without one country having a conflict with another, or half the world in a war? But God said our lands would be healed. Humanly, it seems impossible. The world is in such a quagmire. Someone has said that just about the time we get rid of one idiot, another one pops up. I don't know anyone, I know not everyone believes in the Bible, but for us who do, it is the essence of our existence and the backbone of our faith. There are vicious dictators and self-serving leaders being elected all the time, but that doesn't alter the power of the scriptures one iota. Think of the millions of Christians around the world who believe in God's word. Now think about them all obeying 2 Chronicles 7:14. God does keep His word. We can put Him to the test. He invites us to do that. Let's think about some of the countries and the healing they need. Africa needs desperately. They need healing from AIDS and poverty. Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, and others need healing from the terrorists. God is all-powerful. 1 Chronicles 29:11 tells us, Thine, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the victory and the majesty. Iraq and Afghanistan would be healed from turmoil if it is in with many sects all vying for power. The Iranian Christians would see God humble a dictator bent on war. North Korea would see a new government that would spend their money on feeding their people instead of building up their war machine. Israel would enjoy the demise of the madmen leaders who want to wipe her off the map. God knows how to handle every situation. He is never surprised by these events. But we are, and we need to remember or learn that our prayers can change any event if we would only obey the scriptures. 2 Chronicles 7:14 is so packed with promise for God's people, no matter what country they call home. The promise is so far-reaching from one end of the world to the other. America needs healing in many ways. We need healing in our families, our churches, our schools, and our communities. Our government is in dire need of a helping hand from God. Our politicians are downright nasty with each other. They take up so much time arguing and disagreeing, they go on recesses without accomplishing one thing that they are supposed to do. They are self-serving more than doing what is right for the American people. Congress is fixable. America claims to have more Christians than any other country. If we all band together in prayer, obeying 2 Chronicles 7:14, can we even imagine the healing that will take place in this great land? If our families claim this promise, they would become stronger because the sanctity of marriage would be upheld. Our schools would function better because the teachers would be respected and morality would be taught as God's laws are brought back into the classrooms. Imagine drug-free athletes in our professional sports arena. I know someone will say, she's a dreamer. She wants a utopia. Well, if believing the scriptures and the God who put them there makes me a dreamer, then I'm a dreamer. But I'd rather be known as a believer. I firmly believe that if God's people in every country in this world would believe 2 Chronicles 7:14 and act upon it, we would see incredible changes and healing in our lands. Just maybe it will happen, and the future generations will enjoy a better world. God's love is unconditional. However, there are conditions for answers to prayer. If we do our part, He will do His. If my people will, I will. Thanks for listening.